Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Virgo. This is a self-reflection reading. If you've never seen one of my self-reflection readings before, the idea behind them is every now and then we all need a little bit of healing to do, and sometimes we don't know where to look. So this is a bit of a helpful nudge from Spirit on what we may need to do a little bit of healing on, a little bit of work within ourselves. Now, if you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements. You may find a message in there for you. It is a timeless reading, so whenever it pops up into your feed, it's likely to be relevant for you. However, it is the 5th of August if you want to know the day that I am recording it. If you do like your message today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. And if you haven't subscribed and you enjoy the message, then please do subscribe. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do load new content. Right, let's get into it. Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Virgo for their self-reflection journey? And you're just throwing them all out at me. Brilliant. Get one more card, please. Thank you. Okay. So your overall energy then, we've got this Emperor. So you are very much wanting to have a lot of control. You are probably very much in control of your life at the moment. You are probably, you could very well be a good leader. Yeah, you've got boss energy going on. You're very much in control, in charge, take no prisoners kind of energy going on for you. It's really nice, actually. But yeah, you're very much leading from the front. You are, yeah, you're just very much bossing up. You're making sure that you're doing everything that you need to. You're making sure everybody's looked after that needs to be looked after. You are somebody that people come to for advice and answers. You know, you're very much somebody that people will look up to as well. So yeah, you're in very much boss energy at the moment. You are, succeeding at whatever you're trying to do at this point in time. Now, how you're talking to yourself, we've got this 10 of Swords. So you are currently telling yourself that you are coming to the end, or you've been betrayed and you are getting over it, which is quite nice to see. Yeah, you're telling yourself that, you were betrayed, and you're telling yourself that it's all over with and that you're walking away from whatever this betrayal may have been. Yeah, that's pretty much what you're telling yourself. You're telling yourself that you don't need to be guilty, you don't need to feel depressed, you don't need to, you don't need to worry about it. It's all over and it is time to move forward, is how you're telling yourself. Now let's get some clarification of this 10 of Swords, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got an 8 of Swords in a challenge. So you may be doing a lot of overthinking as well with regards to this. So you might be stuck in your own head. So where you're telling yourself that it's time to release it, it's time to move forward, you're stuck in your head. You're feeling like you're a little bit trapped, you're overthinking, and it's quite challenging to move forward and to come out of that overthinking. We do have a Wheel of Fortune as well. So you could be very much telling yourself that you haven't finished learning a lesson, potentially to do with this betrayal or whatever it is that you need to walk away from. It's very much you feel like you're unlucky at the moment, or you're telling yourself that you're in a bit of despair and in some bad luck. It could very well be that you're not experiencing bad luck. It's just that you very well might need to look at it from a different perspective. But you are telling yourself that you have experienced some bad luck, and you're stuck thinking about it. You're doing a lot of overthinking about it. We do have an 8 of Pentacles. So it is something where you have been putting a lot of time, effort and energy into this. You've been, whatever it is that you've been betrayed about, you put in a lot of effort with regards to it, which is potentially why you feel like you've lost out, you're down on your luck, because this 8 of Pentacles is there telling me that you're trying really hard for that stability. It could very much be that you're trying really hard at the minute to release whatever this betrayal was as well. Now we do also have a Seven of Cups that come out in the reverse. So it is telling me very much that you have made a choice, and that choice is to release whatever this Ten of Swords is. It could even be that you've had, you know, a couple of options that you've had to pick from, and you have made that choice. You know what it is that's good for you. You are, you know, coming out of having lots of options. You've made your choice, and yeah, you're telling yourself that it is time to move forward with regards to that, but you are feeling a little bit stuck because you are still doing some overthinking. Now, in what it is that you are hiding from yourself, shame or fear, we've got this Devil card. Now, that's in the reverse. So that is telling me that you may have released yourself from some sort of bondage or some sort of negative, toxic behavior. It could very well be that you are ashamed that you've released that, or at least you're scared of going back into it. It could very well be, depending on what it is, you could be ashamed and you don't want to own up to it. So it could be something where, I don't know, maybe you were codependent in a relationship, maybe you had an addiction that you didn't want to talk about, maybe you were extremely controlling and you're ashamed of that. Like I say, it could be that you're scared that you could relapse into those behaviors as well. Yeah, we've got a Tower card to clarify that, Devil. Can we get 2 more cards, please, Spirit? That's half a deck. I only want 2 cards, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, so your Tower card then has come out pretty much to the side. So that's telling me that, you know, something big has happened. You are finding it quite challenging trying to change your belief system around it. Potentially whatever this Devil's representing that you've come out of, you are still bringing down the walls from that, trying to rebuild whatever that belief is. Now we've got a King of Swords, so it could have a lot to do with communication as well. So the King of Swords is somebody that is very good with communicating. He knows exactly what he wants. He will speak the truth. This is telling me that you might have found your own truths, and you are potentially wanting to do some communicating. Now you have also got a Four of Pentacles, which is telling me that, you know, there's some stability there, or maybe you're holding on to something. That's possibly why your Tower hasn't finished falling down, because you're still holding on to something at the moment that is attached to this negative Devil energy, and it's something to do with this truth. So whatever truth it is you've found out, you're still holding on, you're still clinging on to it, and that Tower needs to come down. You need to finish off that Tower. You need to finish that belief, or, you know, change whatever it is. So you may have done a lot of learning. You've probably realised what it is you're doing. You might now have to put it into practice. So whatever it is that you've learned about, you know, in order to break free from that, you might now need to put into practice. So it's rebuilding things from the foundation. So you know where you've gone wrong, and now it's putting it into practice to make sure that you don't do it again, kind of thing. Now what you can do to help yourself, what healing is available, we've got this Eight of Cups. Now that Eight of Cups is telling me that you need to walk away from something that isn't serving you. You are ready to go on a new journey. Possibly you may need to do a bit of traveling. It could very well be that you just need to turn your back on something. I'm assuming whatever this Four of Pentacles is that you're holding on to for dear life. Again, whatever it is that you're doing a lot of overthinking on, it's telling me that you are ready to move forward and start a new chapter in your life, a new journey. What have we just had? Chuck out and here. Okay, that's too many cards, Spirit. Did that Five of Pentacles? No, we've still got more. Okay, so we've got a Knight of Wands. So potentially you may need to, you might be walking away from a Knight of Wands. It could very well be that you may have run out of passion, or we find passion is a bit of a something that comes and goes. Maybe you've got a lot of energy there that, you know, sometimes you've got a lot of energy, sometimes you haven't. The Knight of Wands usually represents somebody that is, you know, they go for whatever they want, they're full of passion, they're full of energy, but then as soon as they get it, it's kind of gone. So potentially this could be a bit of a challenge, because, you know, if you're lacking energy for something, how are you going to keep it going? We've got a Queen of Cups coming out as well as a challenge, so it's suggesting that potentially, you know, you may have been overgiven in the past. It could be that people may have been taking advantage of you. Maybe a Knight of Wands was taking advantage of you, and that you may very well be somebody that's in touch with your feelings. You could be overly in touch with your feelings as well. Maybe you express them a little bit too wildly sometimes. You might not have full control over them. It could very well be, like I say, that you just overgive, and somebody may have been taking advantage of that. And that whole overgiving nature is something that you might need to bring under control and work on. We do have a Star card as well. The Star card did come out in the reverse, so that is suggesting to me that you do feel like you are in a little bit of despair. You're still in need of some healing as well. It is telling me that you need to find balance. So potentially you might need to find balance between your emotions and your passion. Maybe that's something that is lacking, or is something that you need to find control over. It could very well be that one minute you're really passionate and the next minute you're not. It could be that your emotions, you could be really emotional and then you're not. Do you know what I mean? It's finding that balance, it's finding that harmony. It can also be very much of maybe you are either a really passionate person with hardly any feelings, or the other way around. So it could be that you just need to strike a balance between those two things. It could be very much that you need to find healing within yourself with regards to that. It could be that you may have done stuff in the past, or things might have happened to you in the past where you're still, you know, getting over the need to heal from, you know, whatever emotions or energy has caused you to feel that. Yeah, now that Star card can also suggest that you may have issues around giving or receiving some sort of help, and you could feel a little bit hopeless as well. So these other energies could be people that you may need to receive some help from. Maybe a Queen of Cups, maybe a Knight of Wands. Maybe you need to give or receive some help with those. And it could be very, very challenging for you, especially if you are struggling yourself with giving and receiving. But it could very well be that maybe you've given a lot to somebody before, like I say, and they've just overtaken and they've just took, especially, yeah, Queen of Cups there, who is definitely an overgiver, but definitely something where you need to walk away from things that aren't serving you. I'm assuming very much the overgiving is an energy of something that you need to walk away from. Now, what you need to release, we've got a King of Wands. Now that King of Wands is somebody that can be manipulative. He can be controlling. He is not loyal. He is not got any integrity. He goes goes after what he wants, and he gets what he wants, and he doesn't care how he does it. It's something where if you've got this energy, it could be very much of you just need to release that kind of energy. You need to release any betrayals that you may have caused. You may need to release that negative energy. This could be a person that you may need to release. We've got a Six of Swords, so that's telling me you need to remove yourself from any sort of troubled waters with regards to this. So if it's causing, you know, troubled emotions or any sort of drama in your life, you need to be moving away from it so things are a lot calmer and a lot more stable. Can we get 2 more cards for that King of Wands, please, Spirit? So we've got a 10 of Wands. So this could potentially have something to do with your family as well. Maybe happy families, family legacy, whatever you felt was going to be your happy ever after, your family legacy, your long-term success. This could be something where you've had your concept of that has been challenged. You need to potentially release what you thought was your idea of that 10 of Wands. And we do have a Queen of Pentacles that came out to the side as well. So potentially having a lack of domestic, what's the word? Somebody that doesn't really like, domestic affairs. They're not really interested in the home life. They can be extremely abundant. They can be very nurturing, very loving. They could be really into the home life. This is telling me that, there's something going on where you might be feeling a bit of a lack. Maybe you've had a loss of money as well. Maybe you feel like your family life, your home, maybe it's something's happened and it's come crashing down and you're feeling disinterested from it all. But this is telling me, again, that's something you need to release. So releasing that 10 of Pentacle. Oh, no, it's 10 of Wands, isn't it? It's not a 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. So I'm lying. That's not about happiness and stability and family home. That is having a burden, releasing a burden, putting it down, sharing it. Don't know why I thought the 10 of Pentacles. It's because I've seen the Queen of Pentacles. Either way, she's, stability. So releasing that 10 of Wands, not a 10 of Pentacles. There's got to be a 10 of Pentacles on there for a reason why I've said that. Clearly it's because of all the dragons that are sitting on this 10 of Wands. But yeah, so releasing some sort of burden that you've been carrying with regards to this King of Wands. Yeah, and again, with regards to lacking finances, potentially being disinterested in the family home. Maybe that's somebody else that's become disinterested in family. And you just need to release all of that. Now, what you do need to embrace, we've got a 9 of Swords, which is a little bit odd. So you need to embrace sleepless nights, guilt, depression. It's a little bit weird. So let's get some clarification on that. It could be just that you need to come out of that. You need to embrace that, yes, you're going to have them. Or yes, you have been having those, but you need to be coming out of those now. So let's get clarification on that. Ooh. So we've got a Lover's card. The Hanged Man in the reverse. And a Queen of Wands in reverse. A little bit. Okay. So you potentially having a few bad dreams about a choice and somebody that you consider as being your long-term partner. You feel stuck and you need to look at it from a different perspective. So this is probably why it's telling you to embrace potential nightmares, because it could very well be that you need to look at them. You may need to sit and examine them to work out why it is that you're looking at them as a nightmare. You may need to be embracing them more as dreams. It could very well be just telling you that, yes, you've made a choice somewhere and you need to embrace the choice that you've made. And if you are feeling guilty about anything that's come along with that choice, it's embracing that you've made that choice, So, okay, you might be experiencing some karma. But, I mean, you're feeling down here like it's all doom and gloom with this wheel in the reverse. You're telling yourself that. But it could very well be that you need to embrace the decision that you've made. There might be times where you're feeling guilty about something, but it might not be anything of your fault, because, this is a choice that you've had to make with regards to love. It is a choice of potentially making sure that you've got an equal love. Like I say, you've got a Hanged Man there that is telling you you need to look at this from a different perspective. So you could be feeling very selfish. You could be feeling very guilty. something may have happened with regards to a love situation that has got you all in your head. It to me, it seems more like you need to embrace the emotions that come from this. We do also have a Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is telling me that you could be feeling very sad. You might be lacking some self-confidence. It could be that a choice has been made about a lover, which is maybe has you feeling stuck, but it could have involved a Queen of Wands. So maybe it's you might be feeling a little bit guilty about somebody else's choice that they've made. This Queen of Wands can also be somebody that's a bit vindictive, but I don't think it's that. I think it's more to do with your confidence. Maybe you are lacking a lot of confidence in a choice that you've made, and it is causing you to have sleepless nights. But it's definitely telling you to embrace the choice. And yes, you may be feeling guilty, but in the fact that you've made that choice, you may have done it for a selfish reason, and you may not be changing your perspective on it. And I think that's what it is. I think it's very much of you need to be changing your perspective. You need to embrace that things aren't always going to go your way. Embrace the fact that things can make you feel sad and guilty, and maybe you are a little bit depressed, but at the end of the day, those choices are what make us. They're what we heal from. They're what we learn from. They're what help us grow. So I believe it's telling you very much that you need to embrace that, and it's all to do with something to do with a choice that you've made with regards to love. It's been a little bit selfish with that Hangman in the reverse there, feeling like you're stuck, feeling like you can't move because of it. Maybe you are waiting for somebody to come back, or you're waiting around for something to happen with regards to love, and you're lacking the confidence that it will ever happen because you don't know whether it will or not. But it's telling you to have confidence. It's telling you to, learn from what has happened. Yeah, it's quite a harsh one to embrace. That's it. Go and embrace some nightmares. What a nice message, Spirit. Thanks. I'm a Virgo, so, not particularly enjoying embracing nightmares, but I can understand why it says that, because at the end of the day, your dreams, you might think something's a nightmare, but it's more of a dream, and it's just a message that you're ignoring over and over and over again, and it's very much Spirit trying to give you a message. But if you keep ignoring it and it keeps on reoccurring, you're going to think it's a nightmare because it just keeps reoccurring for you. It's telling you to pay attention to them. It's telling you to pay attention to your dreams so that you can learn from it and move forward. I don't think it's much to do with depression. I do think it's all to do with dreams, I'll be honest. Because you might feel, if you've fallen out with somebody, or you've made a choice and it makes you feel a little bit guilty, and you keep on having dreams, or maybe you've separated from someone and you have a dream about them, it's going to feel like a nightmare to you because they keep reoccurring. It's telling you to embrace it and look at it from a different perspective. It might feel like a nightmare to you because it's constantly reminding you of something that you may have lost, something that you may have, you feel guilty about losing, but at the same time, it's trying to show you something. Right, so commitment then is your Angel of Light card. So Angel Wisdom reminds you that you aim for a vision without doubt or deviation. It must succeed. Your guidance is to persevere towards your vision. That's that Hangman in the reverse. He's not moving. He's going in one direction. Your guidance is to persevere towards your vision. Let every thought, word and action be directed towards your desired outcome. Nothing is more powerful than focused energy, and the angels will see the pure light of your commitment, whether it is to a relationship, a piece of work, a journey, or anything else in your life. Remember to ask them for help, and know when you dedicate your intention to the highest good, they will support you. Your affirmation: I am committed to my vision. Alright, let's get you some Moonology cards as well. And then we'll get you a Kitchen Witch Oracle, or a Witch's Kitchen Oracle. Get some Moonology cards, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. This is an all upright deck, and I've got 2 that come out in the reverse. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. I'm always going to say it's time to release negativity, even if it's reversed, because it's always time to release negativity. You don't hold on to negativity because it just manifests into negativity. So release it. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Okay, and then a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So it could potentially be that you haven't finished an old cycle, and that might be why this has come out in the reverse. But yeah, it could be that it's a restart of an old one, or maybe there isn't a new romantic cycle coming. You could still be in a romantic cycle. But we're going to say it's upright because everybody likes an upright card and they are an upright deck. So a new cycle in love is coming your way. And it will begin soon. Even if it's self-love, because you needed to love yourself. Right, let's get you a Witch's Kitchen Oracle. Tea Tree Binding. It's the first time I've had that one come out. So let's get the little book and see what that one means. Tea Tree. Okay, so a restriction is holding you back from making a commitment. That doesn't surprise me from the cards that came out for you. Although a decision should not be made lightly, instead investigate thoroughly before you consent, as there are underlying and hidden factors to be considered. An obligation that's irrevocable, I don't know how, I'm pretty sure that's how you say that, may be a bit of a bind. So why not use my septic strength to break away from any ties that are challenging you on all levels. Choose me to banish the negative vibes of those who vex you, for my natural astringent power works as an excellent repellent. Don't let others get under your skin. Instead, turn to me to soothe and clear up any skin problems, grazes and infections. Allow me to assist in restraining others' influence on you, or to keep those who would cause you harm to themselves as well as to others. As we work with a little binding magic together, promises are kept as you unite with another for optimum magical results. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been bitten by a mosquito, so I might have to go and get myself some tea tree because I think that might work on that. Right. I do hope that you Virgos enjoyed your reading today. Yes, it is a bit of a hard one with that amazing embrace, that Nine of Swords, but I do think that it is very much just that you need to embrace that, you know, what you think may be nightmares is just messages that are coming through to you that you need to potentially examine and see what messages it is that are coming in. So if you are having vivid dreams that feel like nightmares, do write them down, keep a note of them, look them up. You may see some amazing messages in there that you've not spotted. Right, I hope you enjoyed your message today. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. Good luck and thank you for joining me.